welcome back. In today's video I'm sharing 5 recipes that I really enjoy and frequently make. They're not only easy and delicious but also entirely vegan. I will be presenting 2 sweet recipes and 3 savory ones, and I hope this provides you with some food inspiration. Don't forget to show your support by liking and subscribing. If you find my content enjoyable, I would really appreciate it. Now let's dive into these lovely recipes. So this recipe I'm about to make is like a cookie dough Bisco baked oats, and it tastes really delicious and it's easy to make. I've been making it for years and I've also shared it with friends and family. They love it as well, so it's always a winner. I'm excited to share it with you, and let's get started. For this recipe, begin by combining oat flour, vanilla, baking powder, salt, coconut milk and apple cider vinegar in a bowl and stir it well together. Adjust the consistency with a bit more liquid if needed, and then stir in some dark chocolate chips. I love how few ingredients this recipe requires and how simple it is to make. Still, it has so much flavor and is very satisfying. Peel and slice a ripe banana in half and then cut one half into 2 equal pieces. When it bakes in the oven, the banana on top becomes deliciously caramelized and sweet. In a separate bowl, add half of the oat mixture followed by a generous spoonful of Bisco and a layer of the remaining oat mixture on top. Finish off with the sliced banana and a sprinkle of desiccated coconut. The flavor combination of cinnamony Bisco, oats, coconut, chocolate and banana works super well and just melts in your mouth. As you can maybe hear, I'm a big fan of this recipe. Bake the oats in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes or until it's slightly golden on top. Allow the baked oats to cool for 10 minutes before enjoying it. Just look at how this middle layer of melted Bisco is oozing out of the oats. So yummy. I promise you will love this recipe, especially when you're craving something sweet. It's so delicious. The next recipe is another regular in our home. This delicious baked mac and cheese recipe comes from the blog Loving It Vegan, and I've been enjoying it for years due to its incredible taste. It's also one of my boyfriend's favorite dishes. Today I'm just preparing a half-size portion. Start by melting some vegan butter in a pot over medium heat. Once melted, add in some flour and ensure to mix it well. Then add coconut milk and vegetable broth, heating the mixture until it boils while stirring consistently. Meanwhile, cook pasta according to package instructions. I find this large macaroni shape works well for this dish. Pasta is just always a lovely thing to have, a timeless favorite that never goes out of fashion. You can also prepare the topping by combining melted vegan butter with breadcrumbs. Make sure to stir it well together so everything is coated. This adds a delightful crispiness to the top of the dish. Additionally, combine all the spices in a small bowl and set aside. When the sauce has boiled and thickened, take it off the heat, add the spices, nutritional yeast and Dijon mustard and stir it until fully incorporated. Funny enough, I never had mac and cheese before I went vegan about 5 years ago. The first one I ever tried was this recipe, and I've stuck to it ever since. Once the pasta is cooked, drain it and combine it with the sauce. This is so rich, thick and creamy and with so much good flavor in it, making it the perfect comfort food. Transfer the mac and cheese mixture to a baking dish, finish with the breadcrumb topping and bake it in the oven for approximately 20 minutes or until the top is nicely browned. Since it doesn't contain any vegetables, this mac and cheese pairs really well with a fresh salad on the side, but it's equally delightful on its own. Once it's done baking in the oven, allow it to cool for at least 10 minutes before indulging. So the next recipe we're gonna make is fried rice with greens and a delicious peanut butter sauce. It's a recipe I have stolen from my sister, and I often make it for my boyfriend and I for dinner. We both really love it. It's super easy, delicious and healthy. And for me it tastes like something you could get at a restaurant or as takeaway. It's just really nice. To prepare this dish, begin by cooking either white or brown rice, following the instructions on the package, ensuring they are ready to be added to the dish later. For the peanut butter sauce, combine peanut butter, maple syrup, sweet chili sauce, sesame oil and soy sauce in a bowl, stirring until well combined. This is really the star of the dish, bringing out such a good flavor and binding all elements together in the dish. Chop onion, garlic, ginger and spring onion. I personally prefer it finely chopped, but you can also do larger pieces depending on your preference. This dish has so much great flavor with a wealth of wholesome ingredients. It's also something you can make in big batches to enjoy over multiple days if you feel like it. What I especially like about this recipe is that you can use leftover rice and vegetables so that nothing goes to waste. Also feel free to customize the vegetables you use. There are so many options. I'm sure it would also be delicious with a protein source such as fried tofu or tempeh. So here we have all the ingredients. We have the chopped onion, garlic, ginger and spring onion, then some red curry paste and some chili powder. You can also use fresh chili. Then we have the peanut butter sauce we whipped up and some corn, broccoli, green beans. These are from frozen. You can also use fresh. And then the rice that I cooked earlier. So these are the ingredients that we need for this dish. Add some sesame oil in a pan over medium heat along with the chopped ingredients and cook until slightly caramelized. Incorporate the red curry paste and chili powder and combine it well. Adjust the spice level to your liking by adding more or less of these elements. Personally, I tend to go easy on the chili spice as I'm not super good at handling it, but you can tailor it to suit your taste. Add all the veggies to the pan and let them cook for a few minutes. Except for the corn, I used frozen veggies, which therefore requires a shorter cooking time. If using fresh veggies, you may want to quickly pre-boil them before adding them to the dish. Now reduce the heat, add the cooked rice and let it cook for a few more minutes. Finally, incorporate the peanut butter sauce and allow the dish to sit on low heat for a few minutes. Then the fried rice is ready. I like to garnish it with salted peanuts and sesame seeds. The addition of a good crunch provides a nice finishing touch to the dish. Just look at the goodness of these fried rice. It's a satisfying blend of hearty ingredients that will leave you feeling full and content. I served this dish for my boyfriend and myself. The recipe serves 2 to 3 people depending on appetite, but we ate it in one night. I like to finish mine off with some extra sweet chili sauce. I hope you will try this out, and if you do, enjoy. Now we're going to make some high protein Bliss Balls. The main ingredient is actually red kidney beans. You can also use black beans. You cannot taste the beans at all, but they contribute to a super nice texture and serve as a great source of protein. So I highly recommend giving these a try. Begin by draining and washing the beans, then place them in a high-speed blender along with soft dates and your choice of protein powder. I prefer the vegan salted caramel one from My Vegan, but any protein powder will do. Additionally, incorporate ground oats, salt and nut butter. I use peanut butter, but alternatives like almond or cashew butter work really well too. Finally, add some cacao powder to the mixture. Blend until a smooth consistency is achieved, which typically takes a few minutes. The final result should be smooth and without any big lumps. Once the dough is ready, shape it into balls. I made mine quite large, resulting in 9 balls, but making them smaller will obviously yield more. I enjoy having a treat like this after my lunch or dinner, as I often feel like having something sweet at those times. These Bliss Balls come in handy as they are super flavorful, chocolatey, and made with some good ingredients. They never last long in our household, as my boyfriend and I quickly devour them whenever they're in the fridge. When all the Bliss Balls are formed, melt chocolate and coconut oil together. I don't have a microwave, so I did it over a water bath. I used a vegan salted caramel chocolate from Rittersport, but you can use any kind you like. Then generously spread the melted chocolate over each Bliss Ball. I prepare this recipe almost every week, and I can assure you cannot taste the beans at all. If you didn't know they're in there, you would never imagine that they are packed with this nutritious powerhouse. They simply contribute to the fantastic fudge-like texture of the balls. Allow them to sit in the fridge for at least 30 minutes before indulging in these delightful treats. The last recipe is from Fit Green Mind, a content creator I enjoy following for her inspiring vegan dishes made easy. This particular recipe has become a regular in my home. It's a whole roasted cauliflower with a flavorful coating and a fresh dressing. We start by making the dressing. Combine tahini, maple syrup, sriracha and lemon juice in a bowl. Stir thoroughly and add water to achieve the desired consistency. Allow it to chill in the fridge until the rest is finished. Parboil the cauliflower for around 6 minutes, then drain it and place it on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. For the cauliflower coating, mix olive oil, tomato paste and spices to a bowl. Stir until well combined. I frequently whip up this recipe because it's delicious, straightforward and gives the impression that you've made a big effort. There are numerous versions of whole roasted cauliflower available online, and this is just one of them, so you can easily experiment with it as you like. I can just say that this particular combination works really well. Now rub the mixture onto the parboiled cauliflower, ensuring it's evenly coated. I don't mind using my hands for this, but you can also use a brush to apply the coating easily. Bake it in the oven for 10 to 20 minutes or until the cauliflower is tender and slightly golden on top. Serve it on a plate and drizzle with the previously prepared dressing. This roasted cauliflower works well as a starter or a side dish, especially alongside mac and cheese, or paired with quinoa and rice as a dish in itself. Just take a look at that, tasty dressing coming down from all sides. Enjoy! And just like that, we made it through these 5 recipes. Thank you so much for following along. I hope you enjoyed it and found some good inspiration. See you next time. Bye!